That's Disruptor, one of the better heroes, just putting a Static Storm on him so he can't morph unless he already clicked it.
Yeah, got to catch him first or catch him before the quick reactions. Not always the easiest thing to be able to do, but
5 seconds
something that is available to him here. Final ban's going to be coming out from either side. We see that Liquid still kind of have that plausible option of getting another support or potentially getting an off lane, depending upon what they see fit.
Yep. I mean, Mind Control has been playing off lane. Viper has been playing pretty much anything on an off lane. You just, what I feel like the chat conversation goes between them is like, oh, Mind Control, do you want to play this hero on off lane? Sure, why not?
Okay.
Like, what about this one?
Mind Control, looks like we're going to have you play that. Is that fine? Yeah, it's fine. Okay. You go ahead, do your thing, and win. But again, the curse lives on. Apparently, Liquid yet to win a major. They have TI under their belt, but we'll see if DAC is going to be their first run at a major win. I'm sure that their schedule is pretty booked for the rest of this DPC. It's a pretty prominent team that gets the glorious invites all the way through. LGD, final ban is going to be Enchantress here.
I mean, they have good burst damage if they decide to put Tiny on a safe lane against that Ench, but I guess they don't want to risk it.
5 seconds remaining.
She can still disrupt your lane with +1 easily.
We haven't seen a gyrocopter yet either. It is still out there. I don't know if it's something could squeeze into the lineup of LGD, I think.
Liquid's turn to
You think they're pretty comfortable between just Razor and Tiny on this one? I mean, I imagine they might just hold out, of course, to see what the final pickup here for Liquid is, but still feel like Morphling kind of has a pretty superior late game on this one.
5 seconds remaining.
So yeah, not much time left for Team Liquid. I suppose it's gonna be yeah, that's the Batrider. Not really.
Yeah,
countered by a Tusk. So we're gonna have a Viper on a mid lane, Batrider on and off, and they might as well do a tri lane with aggressive tri lane with Morph, Rubik, and a Sanking. That's not bad, but I suppose they want to prioritize Morph's farm.
Yeah. All right, LGD.
So they probably want to get a Weaver or a Nyx maybe, or a Phantom Lancer. So that's gonna be an off-lane Tiny. Phantom Lancer really good against the Batrider. We saw it in the previous game.
Yeah, Ame in the last LGD game we saw him pull out the Arc Warden, which was what to me at least felt a bit out of left field for LGD, but this time maybe going with something a bit more standard for him in that PL pickup. FY, he was actually playing that Tusk in the last LGD game, if I'm not mistaken, but I think was kind of nerfed down pretty hard. All the hectic play from TNC meant that he was not able to get a Blink Dagger pretty much the whole game. Made it kind of hard to be that defensive support to kind of fall back on. We'll see if they're going to be hit with as much of an awkward time. I mean, based on the lineup, this is not really the same kind of ordeal as we saw with TNC. Do you think that Liquid would be able to even achieve that kind of hectic pace? It seems like Liquid are just going to be more playing their kind of high technical kind of game.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see that kind of a game that we saw in TNC against LGD for quite some time. That was some unordinary chaos.
Yeah, Liquid are just kind of like be able to have the same success here in this one. Let's get into it, folks. It is our final heat of today here for Group A. These best of ones. We have Liquid going against LGD. I actually did not bring up the page to see if Liquid won their first game.
Yeah, they did.
They did win. Okay.
So both of these teams, they don't have any big ulti cooldowns. Pretty much they can fight all the time. Everything you have is Batrider Lasso and Static Storm.
Very true. Look at this. We might have a bit of a head-on collision here. Looks like Liquid have taken their full party up to this top lane to potentially catch someone out. It's going to be Chalice lingering around nearby. He doesn't have a ward on hand. But, uh-oh. Bro going to go for the lift? Yes, he is. Lift pullback, body block potentially coming in from GH, but now they realize that some LGD members have shown up, but I don't think it's going to be enough to go for the save. It's first blood going the way of Matama Man onto this one. Chalice will hand that one over. Somnus able to move forward and leak a lot of damage, but he may have moved himself too far forward in a position here. He will manage to slither himself away from the trouble, but man, that guy is hurt. He's going to have to head all the way back to the base to potentially heal on up. I don't think you want to start using your early shared tangos right now.
Yeah, Miracle even skilled the waveform just to get in range for some extra damage. I love the build on Viper. He decided to go for Windblaze first item. He has enough movement speed against the Razor to break the link.
Very clever.
And that's a first blood, so he brought the Raid Band recipe and the healing salve. It's gonna help him last hit easier. Disruptor just blocking the creep wave until Razor decides to TP. No
And
XP.
there he is.
No XP. Okay, oh, top lane though. Tiny. His lane is getting blocked by shards.
Two creeps do fly on forward. He blocks it out a bit, but you know, does have to be wary here. And hiding within the trees is going to be GH, and they're already going to look to go for a first move. Telekinesis is there, but GH will not commit. Burrow strike on that one. That may be a bit futile. They're instead just going to press their aggression a bit. Well, as I say that, it's FY. And Chalice smacking away onto Kuro, beating him down a little bit. This is going to be a pretty damn aggressive lane, it would appear. We're not going to be expecting too much kill potential here in the mid lane between these two very heavy lane dominant kind of heroes here. Yeah, there's that wind lace in action.
Gets it to tier 2 tower faster. Oh,
Matama Man's thinking he might orb walk him down. GH is rotated over. Gonna cut him off at the pass. He's blocking him in straight up. Oh no! Somnus trapped inside the trees. The rotation power is just so good, and that's gonna lead to a kill. But Matama gets that one as well. 2-0 start here for Liquid.
that was way too greedy, just trying to suck up some damage from him between tier 1 and tier 2 tower. Well, lesson learned.
He was almost too greedy at the beginning of the game as well, man. This guy just can't help himself when it comes to the sucking of damage. Bottom lane, it's Mind Control versus Ame. Ame obviously already has a wand and upgraded it just for this matchup here. Mind Control doesn't seem to be going for too much creep cutting here on this one. Nova kind of has that covered right now. Pick up his own set of bounty runes. But nonetheless, Batrider will be able to still maintain a bit of farm, it would appear.
So that's a full Aquila on Viper. 2.5 minutes in. That's gonna help him last hit so much.
Yeah.
The first blood plus another kill from that dive.
This puts the Viper in a decent lead here. He's not winning in the CS game though. I mean, that one does belong to the Razor pretty well here. Look at that, 10-2, Viper's 3. Viper does have the kill advantage, but for now is kind of crutching on GH's rotations over to kind of impose his will. Up here in the top lane, we got Chalice getting this whole little pull contention happening here. GH is coming back into action right now, so they might look to make the move onto Chalice. Who's going to make the first move? GH will get the first connection. And because of the avalanche, Kuro's not going to go for a follow-up play on that one, but does force him to spend the mana.
Yeah, bottom lane, they just need levels on Disruptor to get a glimpse and kinetic field, then they can kill a Batrider. But if they use a glimpse, he can just immediately TP away. Also has a magic stick, 6 charges, which is gonna keep him alive.
With the exception of Miracle, LGD is actually getting a fair amount of CS in these lanes. I mean, even the Tiny's got a decent amount of CS for himself here. Obviously, it's a Tiny. He's lugging around a tree. Not too troublesome to kind of get the last hits in, but you know, they're getting some respectable farm considering the early aggression that they're putting on themselves.
They're gonna go for the sanking.
Uh-oh. He does a little bit of a slippery juke right there. Avoids the shard block. Goes right into the sandstorm. And they have no detection for him, so they're just going to have to let him sit there and dance it out. Eventually, GH will make his move elsewhere.
I mean, most of the sankings go for caustic because of the extra slow, which gives you kill potential. But he even skilled the sandstorm before that, staying one step ahead. With that invis rune, they can easily wrap around the tiny. LGD doesn't know what rune was picked up.
GH waiting right there. Kuro will try to soften him up a bit, but if Chalice isn't too far forward, I don't think he's going to be able to get taken down here. We'll see how long GH wants to kind of hang around for this one. It might be a bit of a deep commitment. They decide to go for it anyways. There's the telekinesis pulled back in. The Fade won't wait for him. But even with that, it's not even quite enough damage. FY shows up right now. Ooh, nice shard block, but again, GH gonna go for the sandstorm, but hey, the snowball does bump him out of it. But no extra follow-up, and it's FY who actually takes the fall on that one. Good heads up there from Liquid to be able to get the turnaround play, but look who steps into action right now. It's Nova, able to help get the finish and get themselves onto the board. Mini Glimpse back right now for GH. Can they get that one too? One more right click will do it, but Miracle is able to secure another kill for himself on this morph. Oh! Tries to go for the TP out, but can't quite get it. FY back from the dead. Stops him in his spot with a snowball, and the two supports are just going to ragtag beat on him. But Miracle is dishing out the right-click damage right now. But finally, they'll be able to bring down the watery beast.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Morphling, but still dies. That's a level 5 Morphling with level 2 attribute shift. I mean, the way they're playing it, the top lane, they're just playing it pretty much perfect.
Mirror, mind control, bottom lane. Sorry, it's close right now. Ame has been chasing him with the lance action right now, and it needs one more right click. We'll get it. It was a long-winded chase, but Ame will finally get it done and pick up a bounty on the way out. 4-2-4, suddenly even, just like that. I mean, LGD had just gotten their first kill on the board there in the top lane, and suddenly they break it even, but ooh. Crosses paths with GH. GH, is he looking to keep going with this one? No, they decide to pull off. FY from the balcony. Rolls himself down and below. Hits it onto GH. GH goes for the sandstorm, but they're happy to put their sights onto Matama Man, but Matama Man able to wiggle out the other side. GH burrows himself into the action, and they're going to end up turning it around once again. This one gets the takedown of Somnus, but Nova coming in from the other side. Suddenly Chalice wants to get on the action, and they just kind of break out into a mini Royal Rumble here at the top of the river.
Yeah, that's a good trade for LGD. Yeah. Oh. They didn't want to go too greedy. This Tusk is getting a ton of levels involved in 5 kills. His mid laner dies, so he picks up pretty much the XP. He has a bottle. I'm not sure whose bottle that is.
We have some dancing here. Oh, GH with a rare miss of the Burrow Strike. Not going to quite get the catch there on the Nova, so Nova heads out the other direction. Meanwhile, Ame gets the finish again onto Mind Control there in the bottom lane. Not expecting that one. FY just having a grand old time with his chat wheel, though.
That's the problem when you die. You TP back to a lane, so you don't have a TP if they decide to dive you, especially here with like a Phantom Lancer.
Yeah.
Look at this. And smoke.
Here they come. Rolling on in and forward. Matama Man hit with a Thunder Strike. Could glimpse them back if they want, but may not feel necessary. GH shows up to help out with Kuro, but they've already got the finish on the Matama Man. Kuro now going to get locked in the spot with the shards. GH looks to have the action, but they want to get the finish onto GH as well. Good glimpse back. Oh, that kinetic ball. Whoa, a little short, but the toss on up, the snowball on forward, and just like that, pop, pop, pop. 3 go down, and somewhere else in the world, Mind Control fell yet again. That's 4 kills across the board for LGD.
LGD is all over the map. They know they can't kill the Morphling, so they're just focusing on 2 other lanes. Early kills don't matter that much, but if you have 11 kills 8 minutes in, then that counts.
What is going on here? Very kind of uncharacteristic start here for Liquid. We see Mind Control dropping 3 kills, 3 deaths rather here in the bottom lane. This is going to set off his Blink Dagger timing quite a bit. And LGD have kind of flipped the script from what we saw in their last game. Now they're the team that's on the aggression. FY in particular just continues to look for setups here, and it doesn't stop. Him and Ame looking to make their move in for GH. GH hounded right now, but is going to force out the lasso play. Glimpse bring back onto mind control. Ame has to sidestep his way out from potential trouble. Shards keep flying. GH is dancing around these illusions and does manage to creep away from trouble, but the man is always involved in fights and getting hurt. He had to step back and heal. He's not really taking any time to kind of build up levels. He's still only level 3 at nearly 10 minutes in.
Yeah, LGD's movement also needs...
Lacoste, just still fighting, okay? Just hold on a second here. Top lane, Kuro stunned, tossed up and down. Chalice, though, has to now go out the other direction, and now you can go on. Sorry about that. This is
yeah, the movement from LGD also means that Liquid will need to move around the map. The bottom lane, Phantom Lancer,
Kuro's dead.
Just farming, which means bottom lane is pretty much secured, so they can focus on the other lanes. Also, Tiny's getting a lot of XP and the farm, so his timing on a Blink Dagger will be good. There's no stacks for him, but still can farm easily. Phantom Lancer on the bottom lane is trying to man up against 2 heroes.
Yeah, very intense here. Ame's getting in a lot of the action there. We saw trying to hold out for the bounty rune here. But it's top lane. Somna's pretty deep. Dancing around a bit here with Miracle. FY getting in on the action as well. They toss him on in. Hit him with a Thunder Strike. Rotations are coming. GH. But the nice drop of the Static Storm, still not quite enough. The man keeps morphing. He keeps bringing in the gains. He slips on out and away. To the low ground now. Miracle's going to help get the finish. Chalice finally brought apart Miracle. Can he make it away? Looks like he will. The man just keeps morphing in the strength.
What a hero, man.
Oh, still fighting it out here. They found FY way behind enemy lines here. And it looks like between GH and Mind Control, they should be able to bring him down, and they do so. All right, after a bit of a dry spell there, it looks like Liquid are going to be able to string a couple of kills back their direction now.
Yeah, if they want to kill Morphling right now, they need to surprise them with Shadow Blade or just put a Static Storm. Otherwise, they're just wasting time.
Hog tie up that Ame Phantom Lancer, pull him right back into the arms of Mind Control on this way. Can they get him, girl? Doesn't look like it. Ame Phantom rushing towards the camp. Very smart play, but he has no rotational help, and they're going to be able to pursue. And it looks like they may slowly bring him down. Oh, nice. Miracle waveforms forward, gets the one little pop right click, takes the kill.
Yeah, that's the goal. Could have maybe went to Mind Control pocket, since he's sitting on 3 deaths, and they're gonna rely so much on his Blink Dagger timing.
I mean, are we going to see a bit of a repeat of what we saw in the last LGD game? I mean, LGD did start stronger in that TNC matchup. I specifically remember a certain Nova Witch Doctor walking away dominating as well, just like in this game. But, you know, that game kind of got away from him real fast. And this one, I hate to see a bit of the same here, but Chalice is in a lot of trouble. He gets taken down. Ame comes into action right now, hoping to get a bit of a turnaround play for his team, but Liquid are already on the way out the other side. Can he honestly pursue this one? They're thinking about it. Kuro turns around for the Fade Bolt, and he's moving in thinking he's got some action to happen here. He just throws himself into trouble because FY's in on the action now, and it does manage to lead to 2 kills now for Ame. All right, well, now they're back.
Yeah, we're sitting on, what, 24 kills, 13 minutes in. There's a lot of action going on. Top lane, tower, still full HP. We didn't see, I mean, they don't have the best tower damage on both sides, so these towers are not gonna fall quickly. I saw today already someone going for SNY build on Phantom Lancer.
Oh, GH walks into a world of hurt. Surprise! Static Storm and death.
Yeah, so let's get back into the SNY build on Phantom Lancer.
Let's do it.
I'm trying to think of why it's good. Like, Diffusal Blade is way too good not to have. He might still switch things around, but this is the second time today.
LGD, I've never seen them so ruthless before, man. They just see some opportunity and they go for it. Here, in this case, Mind Control's there. They make their presence known, and Liquid are forced to disperse. I mean, maybe just recognizing that Miracle is just farming strong in the side lane. LGD take whatever other opportunities they can to just make kills happen.
Yeah, still the net worth less than 1k for LGD means that Morphin is farming a lot.
You want to toss me? I'll toss you, buddy. Okay, get the hell out of here. He picks up the tree and he's going to use it as the morph. Wow, what a great hero.
Yeah, so you can turn into tiny, grab a tree, use, let's say, level 20 morph waveform attack targets, and then you just play with it.
That's going to be just so awesome.
So that's full Lincoln's Field and Magic Wand 15 minutes in.
That's pretty good. LGD don't want to hold on to this momentum that they pulled together for themselves, though.